Hey, what's good, YouTube? It is the one and only Fourth and Goal, better known as Rigby, man. We are back in with another video, and we are talking about the Washington Commanders with the need to address. Now, as you all know, I'm an Eagles fan, and about twice a year, I always watch the Commanders games. And since Carson Wentz was on the Commanders this year, I did watch a handful of games, and I even went to the Colts and Commanders game. I was there. I was in the nosebleeds though, so I ain't gonna show my footage on that. But all jokes aside, though, today we're gonna talk about what they need to address this offseason. And quite honestly, it's not a lot, but these are major issues they need to address. So let's get straight into it. Now, one of the first things that the Commanders need to work on or need to address is find playmakers on defense. And so I know that sounds so simple, but the Commanders were bottom 5 at creating interceptions. Now, as you can see right here, Kendall Fuller, their number one corner, he had about 72 targets, 40 receptions. He had 4 touchdowns given up with 3 interceptions, and which is decent. But Derek Forrest, he had only 46 targets, 25 receptions, 4 interceptions and 4 touchdowns, and pretty much, that's it. That's 7 interceptions, and they had 9 interceptions in total, which was 4th worst in the league. Now, what's crazy is back in 2020, when you had that really great defense, they were I think number 2 at turnovers, which is, I think, at 16, and number 1 was like 18 or something like that, which is pretty good. But this year, last year they had 11, which was bottom 10, and this year got even worse at 9. So the secondary needs to be addressed with just better playmakers. Now, Kendall Fuller, he's going to get his. It's just a matter of who can be that number 2 playmaker or something like that. They have to get more turnovers, because the more turnovers you get, the more opportunity that your offense gets. And rather you get a James Bradbury, or rather you sign or another free agent, or you draft a secondary personnel, or just somebody to help the secondary, because that is horrible. 4th worst with 9 interceptions, and you have a really great defensive front. Now, number 2, I think it's pretty obvious. You need to find another quarterback. You need to find a bridge quarterback, because they could draft a quarterback next year, or they could do, which is a wild card, is trade some assets and get a guy like Aaron Rodgers, or just somebody, because if you don't know, the Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator just signed to the Commanders to be the coordinator. And as we all know, the Commanders offense last year was very stagnant with Carson Wentz, and it did have some juice with Taylor Heinicke, but their receiving core, it consists of Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuel. Those are the 3 receivers, and then you also have Logan Thomas at the tight end, and then you also have, coming off the bench, Cam Sims. He's pretty decent. And then in the backfield, you got guys like Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick, and you also got Brian Robinson. Now, that is just full of weapons. I'm not saying that they're all top 5, top 3 in their position, but that is a deadly offense that just needs just the right quarterback to make this, make them elevate even higher, man. I really do believe if they get the right quarterback, this offense is just going to be too silly, man. Because Terry McLaurin, he's like DeAndre Hopkins to me, right? Playing with very mediocre, borderline trash quarterbacks, but still putting up really great numbers, all pro numbers at that, all Pro Bowl numbers. He just needs that reliable quarterback. Because he has the other weapons around him to relieve some pressure off him. He just needs the quarterback to actually give him a chance. Now, the third thing is to find better run blockers. Now, they have semi-decent running backs that can actually run the ball and hit the hole and do all this and that, but they can't have the opportunity because they don't have really good run blockers. As you can see right here, Brian Robinson, 205 attempts, 797 yards, about 4 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns, and 66 yards a game. Ouch. And Antonio Gibson, 149, 546, 3.7, 3 touchdowns, and 36 yards a game, which Washington was 4th worst at yards per carry at 4 yards even a carry. And these are pretty much their main 2 rushers. Now, yes, Brian Robinson, he was hurt, because that whole incident and things like that. But the thing was when he was playing, you can just tell that bro had no running space. He could not get to the second level. When he got to the second level, he was pretty decent at shifting boys, breaking tackles, and things like that. It's just, could he get there? And I think if you can address the guards, and I think their center position not that good, it can be a lot better. Now the thing is though, with the Commanders, they have that high flying offense, passing offense, but when the game gets 2 minutes left and you need a first down, maybe 2 first downs, you got to have really good run blockers to help you get those first downs. It's not all about the running back. It's about, football's a team game. It's about everybody. The first level is the defensive line and the offensive line. The second level is the running back and the linebackers, and then the third level is obviously the receivers and the secondary. And the thing is, if they all can gel together, it is a beautiful thing, honestly. And so again, the Commanders' offense needs a lot of help now, a lot of work. Now, what I'm not saying is the defense is perfect, but the thing is, if you can get this, again, get a quarterback, get that gunslinging quarterback with that gunslinging offensive coordinator, and then fix the run blocking, I'm telling y'all, man, this offense is going to be unstoppable. And it scares me because they have the weapons. They just need just a couple little tweaks here and there, and it's over, man. I mean, it scares me as an Eagles fan. Now, the last thing that the Commanders need to do is to keep Cameron Curl. Now, I know what you're saying, like, how is this addressing anything? But the thing is, in the NFL offseason, a lot of players get moved. A lot of players don't get re-signed. A lot of players, just a lot of player transactions going on. And what I don't want the Commanders to do is to trade one of their best young core pieces away, because I genuinely do like his game. I like Cameron Curl's game. I seen him play versus Indy, and he nearly knocked off Michael Pittman's helmet. I nearly ran on the field to give him a hug, because bro, hit him hard. No, I'm just playing. But all jokes aside, I do like his game. He's very mobile. Like, again, safety in the box, in the slot, at the corner position. Like, I just like his game a lot. And I think in the next couple years, he can really blossom, really blow up into one of the league's, best safeties. One of the best safeties. I'm not saying the best safety, but one of the best safeties. And I think, they can possibly get him a cheap deal, a long-term deal, to keep him on the team. I would definitely do it, because again, I just think he has that potential. But hey, man, those are just my thoughts, about the Commanders, what they need to address, what they need to do this offseason. Now, obviously, I'm not an NFL GM. Obviously, I'm just a casual fan. I mean, I think you all know that by this point. But all jokes aside, man, this is pretty much going to do it for the video. I got more videos dropping out this week. Cannot wait to drop those. And if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we are out, man. Peace.